Okay, I just had a moment there.
Okay.
You know you're off camera though, right?
And I guess we're live. Welcome in, everybody. No making fun of the reaction that time because we didn't even know we were here or going live. We couldn't set up anything. This is our usual crack job of getting right into the stream and saying hello to everybody. So hello. welcome in to Hit Points Not Required charity stream, where we are going to have a great time. We're going to play an amazing game. The characters are simply fantastic for this. I can't wait to introduce them all to you. But before we do that, we should probably introduce the players and who we are. So starting all the way over on that side over there, we have the storyteller of storytellers, our amazing tale weaver, the incomparable Jacob.
Hello, that's me. I'm Jacob. What are you all doing here? Why? Why are you here? Why are you here? You're here for us. You're here for charity, and we thank you.
Indeed, they're here for you mostly. You know, the rest of us are just byproducts that you need to tell a story with somebody. We understand that. Moving on.
Voices in my head on and off.
Moving over one square. You know how they say the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence? Well, that's true when on the other side of the fence is meadow.
Oh, because of my name.
I get it.
That makes me feel very special. Thank you. Howdy, I'm Meadow. She, they pronouns. Very excited to be here tonight. Can't wait to play the game.
Yay. Next, we have the other cast member that with a Z in their name, but it's at the front, Zoe.
It's me, Zoe. I'm playing Sepha. I prefer they, them pronouns. Sepha prefers she, her. I'm very excited.
As am I. I'm also excited, and I am the cast member with the Z at the end of the name. See how we bookmarked it like that, front, back? I am Chuckles. I am usually known to be on this side of the camera with either talking to people or having my picture taken in cosplay, but someone right down below me is usually on the other side of the lens, and we're very happy to have him here in front of the camera this time, Chrysander Mandragora.
Hey y'all, it's me. The name he just said. I am playing Lysander Augustine de Melange tonight. He's gonna be fun. Thanks for coming.
We are very glad everyone is here to watch us be misfits and morons as much as we can, which brings us to the last person, not because of a moron, but just because that's where we are in the introductions as we go around. We have, indeed, the person that has 4 letters to their name, but they only use one. It's L.
Excuse me, I am a moron.
I was like, Chuck, that's a very bold way to introduce a brand new guest.
Have you not met me? I am a very bold individual, as is L.
This is true. Thank you so much for having me, everybody. I'm really excited to play a fun game with you. My pronouns are she, her, as are my characters. I am playing Lady Diana Lockwood, the shiny pink war cleric.
Yay! And that is our group of misfits, and we are here to play a game. Like I said, it's going to be fantastic, but we're not just here to tell an amazing story. We are also here for charity. And Jacob, would you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, we're doing all this for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund that has been providing medical care and resources to the children in the Middle East for over 30 years. In addition to this extensive ongoing work, they are the primary humanitarian organization in Palestine and are currently working to provide food, medicine, and clean water to the people in Gaza throughout the ongoing crisis. So please do whatever you can to help us help them and donate. Thank you. And I think with that, unless there's any further ado, we're going to jump straight on in. Woo! Excellent. Excellent. We begin on a relatively rapid rushing river. See that? Alliteration. That's how you do it, kids. As you head down this rapid rushing river, or Triple R or RRR, go see it if you haven't. Fantastic film. We're not advertising anyone else on this podcast, just there. As you head down this rapid rushing river between what look to be 2 large kind of spike-like mountains far north of Kagi, a city that kind of runs down the mountainside. The river kind of cascades down, and as you ride it down in this enormous kind of steam-wheeled ship, reinforced to stop it from kind of bouncing and breaking apart as it heads down the rapids. This has not been a relaxing journey. It's kind of in turbulence the entire way. And as your riverboat kind of peaks up and over the final drop off, you can see as you're peeking up over the top, what looks to be a large, beautiful pool of still a city built around the outside of it. And as we kind of zoom out, we can see various layers to this city as the water cascades from layer to layer, a three-ringed city that cascades down the mountainside there. As you come up over the top in slow motion, the boat starts to drop, and as the boat drops, you all start to lose grip and fly up in the air. And as you're all flying up in the air, we're going to take a freeze frame of that. Who do we see struggling to hold on to the railing, perhaps holding on extraordinarily well? We are going to first take a look at Lysander. How do we find you as this boat drops out from underneath you?
Well, given my proclivities for all manners of acrobatics, you see, I am actually riding this thing down. You see me balancing on one rail, foot on the deck behind me, thinking, well, this is not going to be good. You all right there? I called back to my friends on the deck.
Excellent. And what do you look like for anyone seeing this?
So Lysander is a bundle of like golden retriever energy. He has curly blonde hair that kind of ruffles out and around his face. He has striking blue eyes that are tinged with flecks of golden sunlight. He wears a ruffled shirt with red sashes all layered around him. Along his hip, you see him with a probably unused dueling rapier. He seems just so out of place as an adventurer. But he seems like fun, at least.
That's the main thing. And as you call back to whomever may be struggling to hold on as you ride this ship down like it's your own giant surfboard, we cut across to someone who may or may not be as agile as you, but we'll soon find out. Margie, would you like to describe and introduce yourself as the ship kind of... Whoa.
Yeah. Right before the ship goes over, you see a fairy, very, very small, hunched shoulders with at least 7 shawls, crocheted shawls, tied over her back, and from underneath them sprout her kind of cicada-like wings, insectile and glassy. She has slippers on, and they are herringon slippers, so they have like little bunny ears, but little human finger hands. And she has little like butterfly wing golden glasses that you can't really see her eyes past. They're always foggy, like she's breathing up into her own eye area. And she is knitting with 2 wands as the ship kind of keels over the side, and her wings come out and just start fluttering, and she, as the table she was knitting things on slides away, she goes, "Oh, okay, now y'all better get yourselves together. It's getting a little tilty." She doesn't even look up. She just is floating in the air, continuing to knit. And that's Margie.
Excellent. Underneath you, as the ship kind of falls away there, you're floating your way down. Before it hits the water, we get a glimpse of someone that we may have seen previously. Sepha, would you like to describe and introduce yourself, please?
Sepha is a halfling. She feels that she is tall for her size at 3 foot even. She has long, dirty blonde hair that is all kind of pulled back, somehow messy but elegant at the same time. She's wearing a lot of like robes that kind of match the vibe of her hair. It feels like it should be messy and chaotic, but she's somehow pulling off classy. And she's sitting at a card table, happily gambling and playing cards. And as the boat kind of gives you that like roller coaster feeling, she's like, oh, great, and kind of like hops off her chair a little bit and then like pulls the chair back to her butt as it goes back down.
Excellent. Cards start to fly up in the air. As the cards fly up in the air like a magic trick, we see what looks to be perhaps a more elegant individual. I'll let you tell us, Diana, what you're up to, how it looks, Lady Diana.
So, picture like shining pink armor that looks expensive on the lady that I'm about to describe. It's like car frame level heavy armor in this boat. There's steam and water, and there's this lady like, oh god, I'm gonna rust so bad. She's got olive skin, silver gold hair that like shines in the light, mismatched blue and purple eyes, like a really beautiful face, but there's a scar growing through one of her eyes. She's got pointed ears that are pierced up, a pierced brow. She's wearing a beat up, but like once very pretty looking circlet. She's got a crystal longsword on her and a shield, and entirely way too much armor or eyeliner that looks like she's been wearing it since last night. She, despite the like elegance and finery of her attire, this woman looks like she goes to see hockey games for the fights. And looks like she was deeply upset when girls lacrosse rules did not allow you to body check people. She's kind of taller in stature, really mean looking in spite of the pink, the like cutesy finer details. And as this boat kind of pitches upwards, she kind of doesn't go anywhere because she's wearing a car frame. She's kind of just grabbing the railing. She's like, if I fall out, this is gonna be so bad. It's kind of just waiting for it to stabilize. She's a physical athlete, so she's used to being like knocked around, and she's like keeping it going.
Yeah. The serene pool in front of you that seems to have dozens of vessels and ships kind of docked to the outer edges. They all look towards you as your ship kind of just touches the water. The water starts to spray out in slow motion, and we find our final member, Q or Curade. Would you like to describe and introduce yourself, please?
Oh, well, hello there. Yeah, I am Curade, but that's just a name. You can all call me just Q. So glad we got to stop for a moment here so we could break the fourth wall and I could communicate with you like this. As you can see, I'm just like a normal human that happens to be thrown overboard from this vessel and flying through the air right now. However, it's very important to remain proper decorum. Sweep back my long, slightly oily dark hair, straighten a little top hat that happens to have like just a hand, like the hand bones, just sitting on it on there somewhere. Oh yeah, this here domino mask, that domino mask, that's just because it looks real nice. Well, no, it's actually just a bit of devotion, a sign of my devotion to my mistress. Misdirection. Very important. She's a very important figure in my life because I know even when I'm in a situation like this here, where we at right now, I know she'll take care of me. I can shelter in her bosom, and everything is just going to be all right. And as I do that, I invoke duplicity and put a secondary version of myself in a secure place on the ship and then switch places with them. Oh, much nicer over here. Yeah, that much nicer. Much better over here. How y'all doing?
The ship hits the water. Water splashes out. As Lysander just kind of, fabulous. Everything's fine. Balancing on the ship there as it hits the water. It rocks back and forth. As it rocks back and forth, the rather large, almost Garfield-esque tabaxi that's the captain of the ship kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, gee, sorry. I didn't realize we're going to have such a rough landing. One moment," and kind of turns the wheel, and the ship makes its way towards the edge, the ring of this enormous, beautiful, slightly less serene pool as it heads in that direction. You guys are riding on this ship with many, what look to be dignitaries and important people that have come possibly from the outer skirts of Kage back in the mountains there. And as you arrive in the town, the many-layered town village of Kyuna, you can see that there are beautiful, vibrant colored tents strewn about amongst the stone buildings that have kind of been cut into this chunk of the mountain here. You can see what appears to be a number of like ticker tape kind of multicolored kind of ticker tape decorations that are strewn between buildings. You can see as the ship gets closer to one side that there appears to be two on either side of the large basin, two kind of stairwells that are cut into the side of the mountain that lead down to the lower sections of this town. And as you get towards the edge, you can kind of see over that there's a large, beautiful forest at the bottom of these three basins, the water pouring from one to the other, the fragrant smell of flowers and different herbs. And as your vessel kind of bumps into the side of another and then kind of stops in front of the dock there, the front opens up, hits the side of the stone there. And Captain Gerard says, "All right, there, you're all welcome to head off. You've been a great bunch of people, and thank you for your patience."
I'm going to look back towards Sepha and just say, "Isn't this place wonderful? Oh, it's incredible here."
It's certainly interesting, and I tip an invisible hat to the captain. Thank you, sir. Wonderful landing.
You are most welcome. I tried my best.
You did your best, sir.
Yeah. I'll see what my performance review says. Please don't leave anything behind. Whatever you leave behind will not be obtainable. We will be heading back upstream towards Kagi.
Diana goes to the captain, is like, "Can we leave a review? Can we leave a nice review? Is there somewhere we can do that? Like, got us here in one piece, man. That's all that matters."
Oh, in that case, yeah, you can send a letter to my boss there. That would be Admiral Gross up near
Admiral
Kage.
Gross?
If you send Admiral Gross, yeah, send a letter to Admiral Gross if you're going to leave me a good review.
Cool, guys.
I guess any review. Any review, I have to say, not just a good review.
Yeah, guys, we got to do this. Like, we could have died.
What is it?
And we didn't.
We didn't.
Good review.
Oh, no, I don't need any.
We're leaving our captain a good review because there were some rough waters. We made it in okay.
Oh, yes. And she's going to pat her whole self down for like a full 60 seconds and pull out like a hard caramel and give it to him and just kind of like pat his shoulder and say, that is one good ride.
Lysander's going to slide over with his hands open.
She's gonna go, "Oh, I know you can tell when I pull them out. I knew. Here's your second one.
Thank you, Margie.
That's 2 out of 3 for the day."
I go to the captain. No wrapper on that. I don't know. There might be a lot of dust on that. I don't know. Let me purify that. Maybe. Do you need a? Oh, never mind. You look healthy.
Puts it in his mouth. He goes, Is it meant to have like a texture, a furry texture to it?
It's different for everybody.
Okay.
Mine tastes like cinnamon.
Thank you. I don't know who cinnamon is.
Shame.
Oh, that our cue. I think we be leaving now.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay.
You are very welcome. Please.
Bye.
Come back another time. You head off the ship there out onto the stone dock. As you step onto the stone dock, you can see a number of ships kind of lined up here. You watch as another ship kind of heads back towards the waterfall that you came down. As they get to the waterfall, they stop with the bow hitting the front of the waterfall, and then somehow they start to lift up onto the top there and then move back out the way you came.
Very cool.
You step out into this beautiful, colorful, vibrant area. Here on the top layer, you can see this is mostly tents, almost like a beautiful bazaar or a market. And you can see there are a set of steps that head down the sides of the mountain that lead to the second basin, a smaller basin that seems to have more of a city built around it. And as you look up over the edge, you see the final basin where the waterfall falls into the river that kind of continues along through the forest. Appears to be more of a wooden kind of a village setting. Market up top, city in the middle, little town down bottom. and I hand it back to you guys as the scents of this beautiful, beautiful tea start to drift to your noses there. You know that Kyuna is known for its tea festival. It is said that people here do not grow old. People here do never get sick. I'm sure that's correct English. And as that comes to your mind, you would watch as a particularly large a humanoid, just a male human, just kind of walks past with a handkerchief and goes,
As soon as he sneezes, I'm gonna reach in his pocket and try and steal something.
Go ahead, make a sleight of hand for me.
Yes. I like things. Sleight of hand.
I mean, who doesn't like things, really?
21, sorry?
21,
Beautiful.
yes.
Yeah, nice. You reach in. As you reach in, you deftly avoid what feel to be like maybe crumpled tissues that he's maybe used before instead of the handkerchief. You kind of reach around those and you fish out like a long, slender, almost small silver tube. And you slip
Cool.
that out.
And I'm gonna slip in a wrapper from a caramel.
Excellent. Doesn't even crinkle as you slip it in there.
Crumpled, half-used tissues. This was the NPC's pocket, not Margie's pocket, right? Just to be sure.
Doesn't matter to me. I got two.
Oh,
Is it possible to see if I can see him do this?
If your passive perception is 21 or higher, yeah. Otherwise, no, you weren't making any like active effort to keep an eye out.
Yeah, no, it's at a solid 20, so I'm
Ooh, so close.
So
close.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought I hear the crinkle, and then I don't hear the crinkle.
Yeah, the crinkle almost set you off there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow my nose though, and ask everybody. Now, what is everybody's favorite tea?
gumbo.
No, tea, honey.
Sure.
They don't make gumbo tea? I like gumbo.
Here they've got the most tea of any place. If it's gonna exist anywhere, maybe here is where it is.
All right, gumbo tea it is then. Let's gumbo's fantastic. It's got like everything in it. You got a little this and a little that, and it just all goes together. And because you got everything in there, it all works together.
Well, I do like cooperation.
I've never had tea.
I like a shade grown green tea. It's really hard to make and like kind of
Shade-grown
expensive,
green.
but it tastes so good.
Okay. I'm writing that down in my notebook.
I heard this is a place where I could try them all at once, so I figured I'd just save time and do that.
Oh, dude, we can make the mega tea. Like
you want to go on a bender?
one leaf of each one. You put it in a thing, and then you pour water over it, and you have all the teas at once. Dude.
Oh, a
Big
Franken tea.
brain.
Okay, I'll put that in my notebook.
Doing that.
What
I don't
else?
care how much it
What
costs.
else in that? What else in that notebook, Margie?
Oh, honey, you don't gotta worry yourself about that. It's nothing really. It's like it's a tome. It's just noodlings. When my noodle gets to going, I gotta follow the thought train all the way down.
Choo choo.
It's a noodle book.
Gumbo
As
tea, shade box tea. Okay, any tea and all tea. Great, got it.
Every tea.
Sepha, no tea for you?
I am very simple. I just like a nice, sweet but spicy chai. Not always easy to find in this area, but very common where I come from.
Sweet and spicy tie.
I suspect that could describe you, Margie, but what do I know?
Oh, it's been at least 2 or 3 centuries since I've been anybody's sweet and spicy tie. But in a city like this, who knows?
There's always time, darling.
Honestly, slay, Granny.
Yeah, Margie's definitely my favorite right now.
I do want to follow my nose, but I have made notes of everyone's favorite. So if I find anything that I think would pique anyone's interest, I want to buy that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody know? Do flavor make a difference? Like the tea's supposed to make you better and make you live long. It didn't help Sneezy over there, but the it's supposed to be healing properties and all that. There, does it make a difference what it tastes like?
Not if it heals you.
Maybe he was on the boat already. Maybe he hasn't had no tea.
Oh,
Maybe we should get tea for him.
that would be nice. That could be super nice.
Maybe we should get tea for ourselves.
I like that one.
Do you feel a cold coming on?
I'm just
Are you
waiting.
feeling unwell?
I feel chilly.
Mm.
Oh, I have the best chili recipe. I will send it to you, baby. I will send it right over.
I would genuinely like that. I made chili the other day and it was not very good.
I can attest to that.
Did you have that chili? Was it cayenne pepper in it? Ooh, cayenne pepper makes everything better.
I'm not a cook. I don't know what went in it, but bad things.
It was flavored nicely, but it was lacking some substance, shall we say.
Like a lot of my jokes can be described.
Oh, no.
As you step through the many tents here, the more marketplace bazaar, like a third of this area, as you make your way through, the scents that come on are borderline oppressive. Like when you walk into a marketplace and the smell of fish kind of hit you, or you walk into an incense store and they've been burning something that's just not quite your, pardon the pun, cup of tea. As these scents hit you, one, then the other, you get sweet, you get salty, you get this weird kind of burn through your nostrils. You get this weird mint scent through your nostrils. As you're making your way through, you can see that there are throngs of people making their way from kind of stall to stall, trying little samplers. As they're making their way through, Margie, what are you trying to sniff out first and foremost?
I want something to send to my 37 grandbabies.
Beautiful. Yeah. Perhaps you head to okay, you head to Timeless Teas, what looks to be a beautiful tent that has a spoon, like a teaspoon in a mug as its like symbol, and the teaspoon kind of moves like it's a second hand. As you move to that place there, you can see what appears to be what appears to be an elven woman who is standing there in not quite a shawl, but almost like a full knitted outfit here. She's got her hands kind of clasped around some sort of warm mug there. Slender, long silver hair, pale blue eyes. She kind of smiles as you step on in, and she goes, welcome to Timeless Teas. You look like you could do with a brew. Is this your first of the day?
It's my first of my life.
Multiple in a
goodness.
day. Yeah, well, okay, slow down. We don't know what's in these teas of yours. It so do smell good.
It all depends on what you're after, but I specialize in both chamomile and bloodroot black.
Lysander, does that sound good to you?
I will take both.
Yes, the chamomile has, celestial chamomile has a warm, soothing hints of vanilla and honey, and the bloodroot black has a stronger, more bitter taste with undertones of iron and dark chocolate. And
Can I try that one? That sounds
drinking
good.
iron. Oh,
absolutely.
my.
Hands you a little sippy cup there, Diana. Excuse me while I call them sippy cups. I have a thing here with my partner. When they drink, this is so indicative of who I am. Whenever they drink beer, I'm like, I want a beer as well, but I only want a little tiny amount. So I have a little, what we call a sippy cup. So that's what we're calling it from now on. So you are handed a sippy cup, Lysander. You're handed a sippy cup of each. This golden brew and this more black brew there. As they're handed out to you, the proprietor says to you, "This is your first time in Kyuna, I assume. Let me give you a few tips. Drink plentiful. Be discerning with whom you buy tea from. Do not buy tea from Little Green. She is learning, but her teas are not so good. Many people come here to cure ailments. Not this year. Apologies. Ailments are not something we can solve just at this moment. One of our key apothecaries has kind of gone missing. A little bit of a controversy there. So,
Where'd they go?
Oh goodness! I'm just the person to help you out. And she's going to like stab the wands into her like beehive hairstyle, and put them back and go, Margie Specklespot, private investigator, and also maybe a novelist one day.
Oh,
As you
that's what all the
pointed her-
noodling's about. Oh, I get it
As you-
now.
I've been noodling.
Excellent. As you point at her, she says, "Careful, that thing's got a nail in it." I would love your aid, if possible.
Okay, let me get out my book. And she's going to take out the huge tome and like whack it down and open it up and go, start from the beginning where it all began.
She pours each of you like you, Diana, Lysander. Diana and Lysander, as you sip your teas as she begins this, Diana, that Bloodroot Black, as you sip on its kind of sip on it, the rest of you notice that Diana's skin becomes almost like bloodless pale. But you, Diana, start to feel this constitutional build within you. If you'd like to go ahead and roll 2d4. roll 2d4 for me.
Okay.
You, Lysander, as you first sip the celestial chamomile, you start to you blah blah blah. It gives you a weird, and I'd love to know how this manifests for Lysander, but a weird sense of like calm equilibrium. Like everything starts to calm and slow. Whether you enjoy that or not, you're not sure, but it gives you a moment or two to consider things a little more closely. And you feel if you drink this one, your wisdom may buff a little bit. Diana, what'd you get on those 2d4?
I got a 7.
You have 7 temporary hit points. Lysander, you sip the wisdom one. You sip the same one that Diana sipped.
Gross.
I am so sorry. If you wish for something different, I do recommend going to someone else's stall. Brother Terran is known for his slightly psychedelic brews, and Zhejiang all the way down bottom is said to have more of a healing property to his things. He used to work quite closely with Lady White. Lady White points at you, Margie, and says, Lady White is the lady who's gone missing. She unfortunately used to be who we would all drink and buy tea from. It's who Lil Green learnt from. Little bit of a rivalry between her and brother Terran as well. Her and Zhejiang lived together down bottom, and she has not been present for the build-up for this year's tea festival. Not sure what the story is there. Please excuse my cat. You can, yes, probably best to just sit her on the floor there.
Hey, cat. Also, thank you. I love uppers. This is so good.
Oh, wait, leans in and says, "We're not legally allowed to call them uppers. It's tea."
Got it. You're good.
Can I kind of slide over to her and in Elvish, can I say, could I try a cup of that iron brew?
She kind of looks over at you as you speak in Elvish, and she says, "My, you're fluent."
I am. It's true. Thank you for noticing.
Pours you a cup, hands it to you. You can roll 2d4 and add that many temporary hit points. Turns back to you, Margie, and says, "That's all I can tell you, unfortunately. Brother Terran may be able to tell you more, but I wouldn't hassle anyone. If you're here for the tea, you're here for the tea. We unfortunately cannot do any healing per se, and the whispers of the secrets of longevity. Sorry, she does that, and immortality are unfortunately lost with Lady White disappearing."
Where'd she go?
That is a very good question. I'm not 100% sure where she came from or where she went. It is quite a Cotton
Insight
Eye
check.
Joe situation.
Insight
Go
check.
ahead and make
Insight
an
check.
insight. Yeah, make insight checks.
Cool. 14.
14. I saw your lips move. I didn't hear you, Lysander. Sorry.
23.
Beautiful. With a 14, Diana, she doesn't seem to be leaving anything out. But with your 23, Lysander, what you do notice is she tells what she believes to be the truth, but there's an opinion there that she's kind of hiding. She's biting her tongue when it comes to the individuals in this description.
Weird. I'm
What
just gonna
what
kind of
is
narrow
it?
my ears, my eyes.
Hmm.
I'm gonna just like huddle over with Margie and say, "Hey, get this. She was not really telling the truth.
In what way?
In that she seems to have a strong opinion about what's going on."
Okay, strongly opinionated
I don't know
woman.
what that means.
Oh.
That's why I'm telling you, Margie. You got it.
I'm not
Don't-
sure if this makes a difference, but when one of you is whispering and one of you is shouting loud like that, it sort of gives up the ghost of the whole thing over here. Just I know, Margie, I know I'm talking to
What?
you, but maybe internal inside voice when you whisper.
Oh, absolutely, honey.
In no way, shape, or form is Lysander whispering.
Yeah, I write
Yeah.
that down and
Mhm.
I'll go, okay, well, don't you worry, because nothing escapes these eagle eyes.
Yeah, as she
And
says that, I'm gonna get behind her and just kind of like stare at the lady behind her shoulder. Yeah.
Looks at you, looks at both of you, over the shoulder down, over the shoulder down. She goes, quite. Is there anything I can get anyone else?
Can I, in Elvish again, because
Mhm.
assuming that only a couple of us speak it, but what do I know?
Yeah.
Can I be like, yes, awesome. Can I say, being from out of town, it's always nice to get people's thoughts, opinions, theories on when certain people went missing and maybe why.
Oh, speaking of out of town, that's a very good point. Where are you from? I don't recognize the accent, the dialect.
I'm from all over.
You've been everywhere, man.
These boots made for walking.
Oh, that's just what they do. I would say I don't wish to gossip, but one elf to another, or at least one one elf to a. You're not another. You're a halfling.
Multiple. Well, I'm an elf, so you can talk to me.
I'm a human, but I can understand you too.
Well, fuck. She says in Elven, looks at you, Q, and Margie, and says, "Are we all speaking Elvish?"
I have no idea what you're talking about, lady.
Great, gather round. Grabs Diana, grabs Lysander, grabs Sepha, and says, "So, a bit of a brew feud between Brother Terran and Lady White. Lady White came out of nowhere years back. Brother
She came
Terran
out?
was always the
I didn't know she was
foremost.
gay.
I'm not 100% sure. I believe she's bi, but I'm not 100% sure. There were
Margie will
whisperings
find
about
out.
Good for her.
there was exactly there were whisperings about her and Lil Green, her apprentice. They seem to get along extraordinarily well, but her and Ji Zhang seem to have more of a closer bond. Brother Terran seemed to, I wouldn't say abhor, but definitely did not like the fact that Lady White was better at tea making than he. I believe he had a bit of a chat with Little Green to try and dissuade her from learning from Lady White. I believe he had dinner with Lady White and Zizang not too long ago. For some reason, even learning under Lady White, Little Green's teas are god-awful, terrible, honestly. Cat piss is all I can
I'll
relate
try
them
it.
to. Oh, you are. That's a very, very odd thing to say when I mention the urine of a feline.
Oh, literally, you're like, just listen. I'll drink a PBR. Doesn't matter. I'll try that. I'll take one for the team. I'll try it. I'll try it.
Well,
Does it
that
seem?
all.
Gross.
Does it seem like proprietor here is jealous of Lil Green, or that they just really think that their teas are awful?
Give me an inside check. Mm-mm.
Since I have heroic inspiration, I'm going to do this at advantage.
There you
There we go, 21.
21. There might be a little bit of jealousy there. The jealousy there would probably stem from Little Green learning from Lady White rather than Little Green making tea. Some sort of a healthy rivalry between brewers, but definitely shooting down Little Green's tea in a way that would indicate that there's some jealousy of some sort there. And indeed, the feud between Brother Terran and Lady White seems to excite her. But when talking about Little Green, it's very much a little bit more personal than gossip.
Oh, there's tea kayfabe, maybe.
Mm.
Not to pull wrestling terms in, but that's it. Yeah, I think so.
Can I ask her for I don't know how they sell and package tea here, but I would like a few ounces of the celestial tea to give to my grandkids. If it makes them smarter, that's the one I want.
Is there a problem with the intelligence of your offspring?
Oh no, the sharp is a tack. It's the wisdom.
Oh,
I can give you a tin of celestial chamomile. It is best consumed within the year, and that will set you back 50 gold pieces.
There you go.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is gold pieces in this here smaller than the gold piece? I mean, pull out a gold piece. Is the same size or is the exchange rate?
Yes, the idea behind the gold piece is that the piece is made of gold, so it must be a similar size. So if you've got two little gold pieces and I have one big gold piece, the little gold pieces are technically one gold piece.
You don't haggle?
Oh, honey, I haggle.
Okay, good.
Is there
Usually in more of a subtle way, but if you straight up just want to go number versus number, then I can oblige.
I would like that very much.
So this
Very,
tea
very
shop,
much.
this tea shop is there anything around in touching distance?
It's a tent. It's a tent on these upper levels. It's a big old tent with like trestle tables with cloth thrown over them. She's behind the trestle tables. She's got like the trays of little cups there. She's got the brewing pots that seem to have some sort of arcane kind of sigil under that heats them. And you would see that she has like a coin box, like a chest that's on the table there. And as she's kind of talking to Margie, you're within view. It's a small tent, but there's definitely like a chest there. Yeah. She says to Margie, "What number did you have in mind?"
Oh, much lower than the one you started with. Why
Color
don't
me
we
surprised.
start down at 20?
Why don't we start all the way up at 40?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a big old jump you took there. What about we meet right smack dab in the middle at 25?
I believe the middle of 20 and 40 is 30 at this point.
But that was at that point. You and your fancy city slinging of this tea. What about a 28?
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
In the meantime, would Diana notice Lysander looking really hard at the stealable stuff? Would you notice
Maybe.
that?
I mean, at this point, you've traveled with Lysander for a little bit, and, you know,
I
Should I
rolled
roll
okay.
something?
I got a 17.
17. She says, 28 seems reasonable to me.
Oh, bless you. And I put a caramel in her hand while I take out the actual gold.
Excellent. While
I
this
walk over.
transaction is...
I already have one hanging out.
While this transaction is happening, yeah, Diana, you may or may not notice that Lysander is just kind of just checking it out.
Should I roll something to see if I
not.
do?
It's up to you, Lysander. Do you think you'd be noticed there?
Oh, I'm not casing the joint.
Oh,
Just glancing.
No,
okay.
I'm bored, so I'm looking around.
The only reason he's not casing the joint is he's always casing the joint.
Either way, Diana's like, I want you to notice things a little bit less hard. Notice stuff quieter.
Well, see, what happened was I drank this thing, and it made everything kind of time slowing down, and now my eyes are like everywhere.
Oh, sorry, dude. My bad. Not to like make assumptions about you based on things you've done like 5 minutes ago.
It's
But,
totally
like-
fine.
They're just nice people.
Coins exchanged, jar of tea, tin of tea handed over to Margie.
I just put it into my knapsack, which is just covered in like patchwork that I have needleworked myself. And I look at Cepha, and I go, okay, this was stop number 1. And we did the first thing on my to-do list, which was get booked on a mystery case. And the second, which was get my grandbaby something. So it's time to go on to number 3, interrogate a suspect.
I didn't do it.
But I haven't drank all the tea yet.
We gotta find a suspect.
I put my arm out for Margie to take, and I say, I think I know where we could find at least 2 to 3 suspects.
Indeed, everyone's looking suspicious to me right now. And I'm giving everyone like the stink eye out in the bazaar at this point.
Excellent.
Did we get the name of that lady?
You did not. No one asked her name there.
I'm asking the group because I know we didn't because I didn't write it down.
Ma'am, great tea. What's her name?
It's Timeless Tea. The shop says Timeless Tea.
My name is not timeless. Well, it is a timeless name. I am Elara.
Lauren, nice to meet you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
That's
the
a
meet
tea.
pretty name.
I feel
Thank
fucking
you.
great.
I am glad you feel fucking great. Would anyone else like to feel fucking great? And kind of looks at you, Lysander. Is there a tea you would like, or shall I leave you to another brewer?
You have any others?
I do not. These are the 2 I specialize in. But know that all of the brewers here, except for Little Green, specialize in various little things that will buff you in a certain way.
Friends.
Well,
I do not stack though.
Friends, we gotta go to Little Green. What if
I plan to.
what if we go to Little Green now? What if we do it now?
Let's go. And I just leave.
I could use a little green.
Let's do the thing where we would probably be expected to do last. Like if someone said, "Hey, don't go there," I'd probably go there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell me what to do.
Yeah, no. Don't tell me how to live my life. Let's go see Little Green.
Alora did sound a little jealous, so maybe that's where we go. Because you're jealous, you're bad mouthing. They probably got something good right there. That there's got to be kind of good.
Yeah, they don't want us to have it. I bet little green shit is so fire, they don't want us to have it.
All right.
That's
Excellent.
what the government wants you to think.
Big T has got you wrapped around their finger. You guys head out. As you head on out, you walk through the enormous kind of the beautiful kind of tents along the edge of this between the water and where it drops off into the other the city and then the smaller village down below. You make your way around the edge, and as you make your way around the edge towards where one of the stone kind of steps that lead down to the city layer is, you would see a modest tent on its own, spaced out from the rest. As you head past a bunch of them, you would see a number of humanoid individuals kind of looking at it, walking around it, and heading down the stairs, ignoring it. As you get closer to it, you can see that it is the tent itself is this beautiful kind of emerald green. You can see that it has these golden kind of stripes down it with white dots. And as you look at it, you can hear shit, 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 shit. And you just see a little bit of liquid kind of leaking out from under the tent. Shit, 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 shit. The sound of someone kind of waving, and then it prestidigitates away. Something lifted back up.
If I see a bunch of people like ignoring this tent, I'm just gonna loudly proclaim, "Hey, isn't that where the really good tea's at, Diana?" And
Yeah, it is! Oh my god, I know this shit's fire! Let's go in right now.
Like, little green tea is supposed to be like the best in the city, right? Keep it secret. No, don't tell no one.
And these fucking bozos don't know what they're about.
To just lie my teeth.
Go ahead and roll.
I gotta roll deception too.
Check. Yeah. Give me one
I
each.
go good at this, but the dice say 18, and then plus my mod is going to be 20. Dirty 20. Let's go.
Dirty 20. Yeah. What'd you get there, Lysander?
An 18.
18, yeah. As you say this, a number of the individuals, you see a group of what look to be like hippopotamuses, like GIF. They're going to make their way down the steps, and they go, "Oh, is that so?" They kind of climb back up and head on over towards Little Green's tent. As they head on over to Little Green's tent, you watch as a short, what looks to be almost Harangong, like someone took Judy Hopps and kind of pulled her back to a more human kind of state. She steps out. She's wearing almost a kimono-esque outfit, but it has more of like a flare, like a shoulder, like 80s kind of shoulder pad vibes to it. And as you step on up, she kind of looks up and goes, "Oh shit. Oh shit, people. So sorry, I've accidentally just tipped everything everywhere. Give me like 20 seconds. I'll make up a new batch. It might smell like cat piss, but I guarantee it's good. 1 second." Right. She kind of just rushes back in through the tent.
Yeah. I'm walking with these GIF, like right in them. Excellent. Like I'm one of these guys. Yeah. Nudge one in the ribs, be like, "It's worth the wait."
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've had to wait for many, many teas over the years. Back when Little Green was being aided by Lady White. Delicious. But I've heard ever since, not so good.
That's a shame.
As you step on up towards the tea tent there, the GIF parted, and as you step on in, it's a little more sheltered than the other tea tents you saw, and you can see what looks to be 4 enormous kind of pots, like cauldrons. One of them evidently empty, the other 2 bubbling away. You can see they have a little spigot at the front, little tap at the front. And as you step on in, Little Green is up on a ladder over the empty vat, and she seems to be tossing things out of a like a leather satchel, like herbs and spices and things in there. She turns around. She says, hi, form an orderly line, and I'll be with you in a second. And she kind of trots back down the stairs and around the back of that cauldron there. As she trots around the back of that cauldron, what we're going to do is we're going to cut to a commercial break, and then we'll come straight back to whatever it is you guys want to do here in Little Green's tent.
Enjoy these ads for Lipton.
Big T.
That would be incredible.
There is a Hugh Jackman Lipton iced tea ad from. Alrighty, we are back in business. I'm going to throw it over to Meadow, who has some exciting little announcements to make. Meadow.
Announcements.
Yes, very exciting news. First of all, thank you so much for being here with us on this awesome journey where we try to raise money for good causes while having a lot of fun doing it. We'd love to say thank you to followers, and we'd love to widen our community and reach out and make some new friends, possibly meet new players, and just really diversify and make a community out of hit points not required. So to show our appreciation and to make some new friends, we would love to tease a little giveaway or two that we'll be doing. To enter those and to stay current onto what you can win and when it begins and ends, we encourage you to follow us on Discord. Join our Discord. We have a lovely little beacon set up with an entire list of places you can follow us and find us. The more you follow and find, the more opportunities you have to win. We are giving away things to help you make your D&D table feel immersive and connected and fun. And we are also giving away some very special to be announced things that you are not going to want to miss out on, especially if you're fans of what we do here. So we can't wait to share more with you. Please, please, please join our Discord so we can share the details and not be so secretive on stream about it.
Thank you very, very much. And yes, thank you all for joining us, helping us support some very beautiful causes here on Hit Points Not Required. As we come back to Little Green's tent, the Harangon kind of stumbling a little bit as she comes to the front of her kind of trestle table counter, big vats behind her bubbling away. I hand it over to you guys to see what you wish to do.
As she says, like, form a line, I'm just going to point back at Diana and say, Diana was first.
Oh, thank you. Diana like remembers that she at one point in her life has had training to like be a public figure or whatever. She's like, oh my god, hi.
Hi.
Like, enters Elle Woods mode. And is like, oh my god, I've heard such great things about your shop.
Oh my god, you guys.
Yeah, so I've heard really good stuff. Like, I'd love to try your teas.
You have? What have you heard? No, never mind. Don't tell me what you heard. You want some tea? Okay. So you want black tea, green tea, decaffeinated tea, or herbal?
My favorite's green.
Your favorite's green. It's mine too. Okay. Kind of turns and kind of trots up a ladder, gets a ladle, spoons it into like a child's tried to make either a mug or a bowl for someone and hasn't quite gotten either way, and kind of brings it down to you and hands it over to you. She says, you want to blow on it? It's a little hot. And also, well, just take a drink. We'll see.
No, I'm no bitch. I'll drink it. And then she
Excellent.
goes
Go
for
ahead
it,
and
like
roll.
gingerly trying not to spill it in one direction in like the kindest way possible. She's like, I'll figure it out.
So first thing that hits you is the aroma. It is green tea that has been burnt, and as it hits your nostrils, it also hits your tongue. As it hits your tongue and cascades over this horrid kind of bitter taste, the most bitter burnt green tea you've ever had, but somehow it's also not hot. As you take it down, we're doing tea horror here now. I would like you to roll a D100, please.
Oh, I don't have one of those. Oh, I can press the button on the website. That's fine.
You can press the button. Yeah. It's the double one on the screen there.
As Diana drinks this, I'm going to, like, lean in behind them and just go, be nice.
Excellent. Here we go. D100. 36. Okay. As you oh boy, as you sip this tea, you guys hear an odd rumble. As an odd rumble kind of lingers out over the top of you, there is a flat kind of crack, like a and sparks kind of shoot from Diana. As sparks shoot from Diana, Lysander, you're pretty close. Margie, you're pretty close. And one of our hippo lads is pretty close. You are all going to take 4 points of lightning damage as Diana shoots sparks for a split second, and Little Green dives under the counter. Not again! He looks up and goes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best.
That was amazing. Me next.
My
Yeah, no, that was
goodness, honey.
I was next to Q.
Oh, all right. Don't
That's
take it all, though.
you.
Maybe some.
Can I fly up to where she was doing the cauldron stuff? And I want to see what's going wrong here in the balance. I do have proficiency with the herbalism kit.
Please don't. That's sensitive sort of stuff that I've cultivated. The hippopotamus guys are walking out.
Well, I've never been so shocked in my life.
Kind of trotting on out.
As soon as they spin, I'm looking for something to grab.
Yeah, excellent. We'll come to you in a second. Margie, you head up as Lysander is kind of plucking the back of one of these guys. She kind of trots up the ladder. She says, please. And as she's climbing up the ladder towards you as you're leaning over the vat there, go ahead and make... I'm going to make this I'll let you either do medicine or just a flat investigation. You are using your tools that you have there. So if you're using... So new rules time here. Not the Bill Maher kind, the better kind. If you're using a kit that you are proficient with on a check that you are proficient with, you get advantage on that check.
I'll see if I crit, but I rolled pretty good. No, we're not using that. We're gonna use the first good one. 28.
28. As you look into the enormous vat here, she's kind of scrambling up to meet you. It's very delicate concoction there. She is used to brewing with two people, and she's still applying two-person brewing logic to brewing by herself, to the point where she's also like doubling down on ingredients. There's too much happening, too many ingredients. If I put a bit of this and that and that and this and this and that, it's like when you try to throw something together with leftovers in the fridge and you go, I can put pickles with carrots on a burger that also has a slice of pineapple and also some beetroot, and then you kind of slap it together and you're like, there's a lot of flavors. It's good, but it's not that good. And that's what you're looking at here.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
I'm hovering over this, and I look at her and I say, oh, honey, you're missing the most important ingredient.
Please don't say it's love.
No, cooperation.
Oh, platonic love.
You need some help if you're going to brew like this. You're just one person, Little Green, and now with Lady White missing, don't worry, I'm gonna find her. And oh yes, I'm on the case, Margie Speckle Spot, and she'll like fly over and give a little handshake. But when she pulls her hand away, there's a caramel in her hand now.
She shakes your hand while you're flying. You actually get shaken a little bit. She shakes your hand very quickly. Has a candy. As she pulls out a candy, we reverse time just before Lysander slides under and holds out his hand. He's watching the GIF leave. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand for me, Lysander. Beautiful. Off the back kind of hip pocket of this enormous GIF, you pluck what looks to be somewhat of a compass that seems to have etchings as if it is to be set into a ship's helm, essentially the key to a vessel here. And you kind of snatch it.
Right. In the back.
And then you hear the wrapper of a candy being held out. You look across as Little Green's shaking Margie's hand.
It's one wrapper from the last caramel I got right into the pouch. And then I grab another, unwrap it, eat the caramel.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Little Green looks at you, Margie, and says, "If you could lend a hand, that'd be great. I don't know how you know about Lady White. I guess gossip's going around, but uh, Brother Terran offered to help me, but I couldn't do that to Lady White. And everyone says my teas smell like cat piss, and I think they have at least 4 different smells. I don't know if there's 4 different scents of cat piss, or if it's just one of them overriding the others. But uh,
Well,
I'm
the
sorry."
heart note is definitely cat piss.
What's
But
the
we can
undertone?
work on the undertone is more like a manure.
Right. Okay.
I
So
know.
you're saying my tea
I
smells like
know.
piss and shit. That's thank you.
What I'm
I've known
saying,
people-
honey, is you don't have to have it taste like that. We can fix it.
Just to be clear, I've known people who loved the smell of manure. You know, it's kind of sweet. It's got a sweet going to it.
No,
You
but
know,
that's
Are
what's
you one of those
specific
people?
as fuck.
Sorry,
It's
that was a lot.
insane.
What?
Are you one of those people that likes the smell?
I can understand where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Little Green, I kind of slide from behind Margie, and I was like, why didn't you want the secret ingredient to be love? Are you feeling a little heartbroken? What's going on there?
you're supposed to be on the other side of the table, but I guess it's okay. As you're all
Nobody's on the other
crowding
side of
into
the
the
table.
We're
actual tea
all-
area. Yeah. She says, "Well, once you've seen true love, your expectations are really high. Zhejiang and Lady White had a relationship like nobody else ever had. Kind of felt like true love, and I can't help it. But every time I find someone that I'm drawn to, I can't help but kind of compare it to them. So
Was there
That's
someone?
unhealthy.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree. Don't compare your love to others.
Are
Is
they
there
also
someone
not together
you're
anymore?
drawn to?
Like,
Uh,
are they?
uh, some as you say, aren't they no longer together? Looks at you, Diana, and says, "Well, I mean, Lady White has gone. You think they had an argument?"
Do you think they had an argument?
Do you think they had an argument? I feel like we're in a feedback loop here. I don't know.
I'm thinking you
they
think
were
they had an argument.
well. I think that you think that I think they had an argument, but
Correct.
I think that something went wrong, and I'm not sure if it was an argument or what. But not long after the dinner they had with Brother Terran, uh, lost sight of Lady White, and Zhang has not left the village down bottom in a while.
Yeah, I
As
don't
for
love that.
no one does. Lady White's the main reason that people come here. The tea festival is even more beautiful when she's around, and she kind of keeps us healthy, keeps us well. I tried to get her to teach me how, but she she didn't really impart that wisdom on me, which is frustrating.
Did Zhejiang do her in?
Uh, did, oh,
This
uh,
is hold on. It doesn't need to get so dire so quickly. Maybe she just is out in the
Yeah.
woods.
she
So,
could
I-
be.
Yeah, but like, what if not? What if she's
Well,
not?
people said there were whispers of a giant kind of white monster being down in the town that same night that Brother Terran kind of went and spoke to her and had dinner with her. So maybe she was taken by the monster. I don't know.
What kind of
Um,
monster?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there. I was up here trying not to make my tea smell like piss.
I'm gonna insight
It's
check that.
not working.
Go for it. Yeah, give me an insight check. She
Mhm.
turns to you, Sepha, and says, "And no, I don't have any prospects. Most of my time spent looking and figuring out how to make my tea taste better. I haven't had a chance to kind of hit the bars and the clubs, and I'm I'm not on the message boards. That
Oh.
kind of stuff's a little.
Little Green,
That's,
if you're looking for true love, darling, you don't want to look in the bars and the clubs anyways. You stick to your guns, you work on your tea, and the right humanoid will just walk right into your life, darling.
Got an
What'd you get
18.
there, Lysander? An 18. Uh, she similarly seems to not know, but have heard something more, or has an assumption on something that she hasn't quite given across. Whether it's a loyalty to Lady White stopping her from, whether it's a fear thing, you're not sure. But there's definitely like a thread that could be followed a little bit further. She looks at Sepha and she says, "That's what I've always thought. If I just stick my head down and do what I love, people who love similar things will come along."
RJ.
Huh? What? Huh? Oh. What? Okay.
I'm just gonna put my arm around Margie. Say, Lil Green isn't being totally truthful.
Again.
So this does feel familiar to me because of the thing that happened at the very last place we were at.
I have a strong suspicion that the interpersonal relationships of this village are problematic.
Okay. Well, I will. All right. I'm going to write that in my notebook. It
Diana
might come back.
goes,
You
"Wait,
never
is
know
there a
what might happen.
problematic? Is there an attic where they keep their problems?"
Probably.
Cool. Guys, we gotta find the problem attic. How many buildings in this town have an attic, dog?
If you're talking about the city, I think most of them would have attics. If you go down one level, that's where Brother Terran is. That's where all where most people live. I don't know if there's any attics down the very bottom in the woods, at the edge of the woods, but you could check there.
Are there
Can
any
I
attics
ask
that are
you?
fucked up?
Listen, me, Q, and Sepha will check every attic in this place if we have to. Don't you worry, Diana. We will
Cool.
find everything.
Cool.
Can I?
Do you mind if I? Oh yeah, go for it.
No, please, Little Green, after you.
I was just gonna say, you seem to speak with authority on the matter. I hope it's not too. Have you ever been in love?
All the time.
I personally don't speak of it too often because it can be hard on the heart. But yes, I've known a true love in my lifetime. I'm quite a bit older than I look,
Huh.
Hopefully it happens to all of us once in our life.
Once.
Fingers crossed. And fingers crossed it happens again for you.
Thank you, darling. Can I sidle up? Not like I don't know if they're like a touchy-feely person, so I want to get close to them, but not so close that I make them uncomfortable, and be as genuine and candid as possible, and just try to do a little persuasion of like, if there's anything else that or you think that may have happened to Lady White, we are genuinely here to help find her.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
I'm just going to chirp in and say, yeah, hiding things isn't really a good way to get anything done.
28, baby.
She looks at you. She says, "Well, if the truth sets you free, then maybe it'll free me for love." I was never a poet. I happen to know for a fact that Brother Terran came to me when I was an apprentice for Lady White and said some pretty wacky stuff about her being a monster, her trying to take the souls of the villagers here. Said I shouldn't really continue with her, and I kind of laughed that off, but he seemed insistent, and I saw signs of that, things that couldn't be explained, so we ended the apprenticeship, and I went on to continue being a brewer on my own. I know that Brother Terran then went to tell Jijin to make sure Jijin was safe. That night when they went to have tea together, that Brother Terran did something to show Jijin Lady White's true form.
So you, it sounds like you have a bit of not a great relationship with was it Brother Terran?
Terran, yeah.
Terran. Great with the pronunciations. But you believed him when he said this about Lady White?
Not initially, but then I started to see things. I started to notice the way she kind of lapped at her tea, the way she would move around, the inexplicable times when she would appear out of nowhere when I thought she was somewhere else, the way she seemed to innately know how to work with the tea and the arcana and things like that. Odd sounds, odd habits. I mean, when someone points out a red punch buggy, you see red punch buggies everywhere, but this seems a little more in depth than that.
I know not of this
Red-
punch buggy, but
It's a tugboat. It's a tugboat. Yeah.
Gotcha. I know
Yeah.
tugboats. I know tugboats. You do become more aware of them when they're pointed out. If you have anything else you want to tell us, and you see us, you know that we're here to help.
Of course, especially turns to Margie and says, especially if you're able to help with my brewskis.
Well, that's easy.
Margie has been writing this whole time on separate pages, and she rips out one of the pages from her tome and with very still, like very sure hands, holds it out for Little Green and says, "Okay, I looked at your recipe and I fixed it. So if you follow this amount and do these steps instead, it won't taste like excrement. Isn't that wonderful?"
And what of the smell?
Oh, the smell should be good too. Just follow these
Great.
directions just like this, and
Okay.
take your time, and don't feel pressure to just put out anything. Just put out stuff you're proud of and that you'll work hard on. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And stuck to the back of the paper is another caramel without a wrapper.
She takes the paper. She looks it over and she says, I guess I mean, there's still some time left of the tea festival. I'll get started on this straight away. I think I have all of this. If not, I can head out and get what I need. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wait, do we not get to do the lightning tea?
Yeah, I've been waiting this whole time.
I'm so sorry. I've been talking to your friends here. I wasn't aware you wanted to taste the manure piss tea, but you're welcome to. And hands you each a cup. Those of you that are drinking,
Let's go for it.
I'm going out of the tent.
give me a D100 roll, please.
Okay.
We'll start with Lysander, followed by Q, and ending with Diana.
I give Little Green a pat on the shoulder and I say, "There's always more time, Little Green," and I follow Margie out of the tent.
72.
72, excellent. Beautiful. With a 72, there is a okay. With a 72, there is, you feel a tickling in your nostrils, and as you feel a tickling in your nostrils, you inadvertently, without burning a slot, you inadvertently just kind of disappear and reappear 30 feet away. Then you sneeze again and reappear 30 feet away.
Before I sneeze, do I see anything?
No, but after you appear in the second spot, you see a chest under her desk there, and you sneeze again and appear like at the back of the chamber there, and then you sneeze again, you appear right beside the chest. You doing anything?
On the first, if I see a chest, on the first sneeze in, I'm just going to pull out a small tube and flick it as quickly as I can, or use my chime of opening to open that chest.
So you sneeze, you appear there, you're like, oh, fuck, flick it, you sneeze, you appear back of the tent there, you look around the corner, you can see the chest just kind of creak open a little bit, you sneeze again, appear right beside it. Excellent. You grab a handful of whatever's in there, you sneeze again, you glance outside. For the next minute, you are misty stepping every 6 seconds without burning a spell slot, just wherever you lay eyes on.
Heard. I'm going to snatch anything I see within hand as quickly as I can. Just,
Excellent. Q, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
56.
56. Excellent. With a 56, excellent.
Laughter is the greatest part about all of this. The laughter, the anticipation, something is going to happen. Lay it on me.
You remember a long time ago when Dr. Alison Shakespeare was quite young and he was in his early bard phase. He was doing a lot of hard rock. And as you sip that tea from your pores, they almost open ever so slightly. Music starts to come out from you. And you hear... And as you hear that, you hear, tea leaves imprisoning me. All I see, absolute steeping. As hard rock surrounds you for the next minute. As that's happening to Q, Diana, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Diana looks at her tea. She's like, I'm not a little bitch. And just knocks it back.
I didn't say you were. Oh, no. What do you get there?
It's a 54.
54? Beautiful. As Lysander is snatching things, grabbing gold, grabbing keys, grabbing napkins, like silk handkerchiefs. Q has music blasting from him. You glance around. It's you, Sepha, and Margie. And as the three of you, you feel your skin, all three of you feel your skin starting to just get like a slightly hardened, almost like waxy exterior, like a malleable protective coating to it, and you're all you all feel that kind of start to seep into your skin and give you almost like a soft sponginess, a softer sponginess as it melts through your skin, and you're all vulnerable to piercing damage for the next minute.
Oh my.
So are we aware of that fact, or is that just a fact?
That's just a fact, and perhaps as you kind of like lean over, even the hairs from Little Green's hand seem to prickle you a little bit more than you. Just that slight kind of piercing there, a sensitivity.
So unfortunately, Diana is taking her own dagger, and she's just going to test it on like the fleshy part of her. Wait, she's in armor. Hold on.
Right
she has no exposed skin.
Do a finger.
She takes a gauntlet off, and she's like, hold on. And she's going to take her little dagger and stab the skin of her finger carefully.
Excellent. Yeah, it almost, before the dagger even touches it, it's almost like the molecules in front of the dagger just kind of put pressure on that part of your finger there, almost like a blood test, like the old the diabetes kind of jabbies, and you get that little prick there.
Hey friends, for like the next minute, don't get stabbed.
Do my best.
Margie
kobold
immediately pulls out her wands and it's like,
Nobody stab me.
little kobold runs past the doorway with 2 daggers and goes, anybody need stabbing?
Oh
No, we're good.
no.
Okay. Runs off.
Oh, we should have got that guy's number. It might be useful later.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Little Green looks at you all and says, I'm so sorry. Once the brew's better, come back. I promise. Thanks to... what was your name? Sorry?
Marge's Speckle Spot, and I'm on the
Speckle
case.
Spot. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
So
There's always room to grow.
when I return, I'm
Yeah.
just going to say, I think I'm allergic. With just like a handful of like stuff. What is this?
Big
stuff?
bangles hanging off you, necklaces. Yeah, just a bundle of...
In the pouch. Or write that down as random ass shit.
Random ass shit. Yeah, we can tally that up for you if we need. Once we get to it. I hand it back to you guys.
Does anybody else think it's a little suspicious that uh, this Terran fella has a mystery meal or something, and then the Xi Zhang, oh, she's suddenly missing. Domestic dispute.
Missing / a monster.
Rumored
Yeah,
monster. That's all rumor mongering, right?
That's
Yeah.
so sus to me.
I'd love to talk to somebody who actually saw the beast that night, as we might want to head into the city.
I want some food.
We can do both of those things. We can go to the city and then get food, and then figure out why
Ooh,
they might be
city
monsters.
food.
Do we want to try and suss out Brother Terran, or was his name Shishang? Her
Well-
potential lover?
Terran is at the middle part, and then Zhang is at the. So why don't we just make our way down and have a nice leisurely stroll to solve this murder? Oh no, not murder, mystery.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. I thought maybe
Love
we
it.
was moving right along to murder.
Well, I've got my theories.
That's good. The other question I had was, Brother Taryn, does the psychedelics, and if we do the psychedelics, we may not be able to intelligently talk to the other one.
Yeah, I'm in no rush.
Oh, I don't think that will be a problem. Old Margie can hold her own.
Oh,
Margie has stories, and I can't wait to hear them.
I can't wait to see Margie with the psychedelics.
I mean, I love psychedelics, but I don't trust my own ability to understand stuff that's happening and also do psychedelics at the same time. So I'm gonna go with I'll try to understand stuff that is happening. Then afterwards, as a little treat, I can have psychedelics.
A little treat. That's what I always called psychedelics.
The little treats. But maybe we should do the psychedelic on a full stomach. Do we? I mean,
Food first.
Hmm.
Lysander is a growing boy.
See,
growing in wealth.
the way I see it, if his brews are going to make us lose whatever faculties we may lose during them, we should do them later as well. I agree.
So food first.
Mm.
And maybe we'll get to talk to some town folk while we're filling our bellies.
Yes, talk.
Excellent.
I put
You
out
guys
my
make
arm
your
for
way.
Margie.
Oh, thank you, honey.
I put out my arms for Diana and Q.
I think Diana is much bigger than you, friend.
I mean, I'm 6 foot.
Scoop them up.
Scoop him up.
So maybe not much bigger, but like appropriately sized and in armor. She's just like, all right.
Yeah, he's not stopping. Waiting to arm.
Clink, clink.
Yeah. If
Crunch,
I'm
crunch,
interested
crunch,
to-
crunch.
This is an interesting experiment because if I'm on one arm and you're on the other arm, how is it going to get stuff off of people and put it in the bag? I want to see. Don't answer that question. I want to see.
What are you talking about, Q? And I kind of just like
nothing
look
at
at him.
all. No, nothing. What am I talking about?
Old Margie's gonna follow her nose again wherever the food smells good.
Excellent. Yeah, you head down that that kind of cut in kind of stone path / ladder. You kind of have to. You either walk down front ways like those really steep. Is it Machu Picchu? Those really steep stairways that go down the side of mountains. You follow them down to the lower basin. The sound of cascading. I'm saying cascade a lot. It's a nice word. Cascading, the falling water kind of hitting the basin and filling it, a beautiful kind of background noise to the hustle and bustle of this lower city. Once again, the buildings seem to be carved out of stone. It's like someone took the side of the mountain and cut sections out to make these pools, and the stone buildings are made from that same like one continuous slab. As these things are carved back and forth, there's no earthquake. I just pushed my desk over. As these as you pass by these buildings, if you get down to the bottom there, you can see that there are more established T-joints here. Indeed, perhaps some of the people who didn't brew their stuff down bottom and came up to kind of sell it at a stall. These are proper stores here. As you head on through, you see that there is the where are we? We've got the steaming cauldron. We have the steaming cauldron, which seems to be a like a mystical kind of almost a bauble of a stone building made, and you can see that it has a number of kettles hanging over that, like a Korean barbecue, but the kettles are hanging over the center of each person's table. You can see Leaf and Lumia, what appears to have like a serene tea parlor that has a bunch of the tea leaves themselves kind of glow, and each kind of brew that is poured out seems to have its own luminescence to it. The Whispering Cup, which seems to have a bunch of people in like darkened hoods. It looks dodgy as fuck, in all honesty. Shady. People stepping in there. The windows are all blacked out. And you will see the Verdant Sip, which looks to be a more beautiful, almost like jungle aesthetic. Like they've taken vines and foliage from down bottom and kind of stuck them to the outside of this rather utilitarian concrete square building, and you see a lot of the folk heading in there. That is what you see: Steaming Cauldron, Leaf and Lumia, the Whispering Cup, and the Verdant Sip.
I feel like Diana. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're steering Lysander right toward the Whispering Cup. That seems to be our sort of place.
Oh.
Excellent. You make your way to
Whispering Cup. Oh my.
Margie, what does your keen sense of smell have to say about the Whispering Cup?
Can I do like a smell-based perception check?
do a smell-based perception check for me.
That's so stupid. I don't know why I asked. I'm so sorry. A nat 20.
Yes.
That's 20.
I just wasted a nat 20.
Okay.
No, nat 20 the waste.
Oh my god.
Oh, so good.
You catch the scent of lavender flavor with hints of honey that almost puts you into a serene, dream-like state. You smell a hint of spice and almost like candy, which makes you almost start to giggle uncontrollably. All of this coming from the Whispering Cup. You would also smell what has a little bit of like an earthy scent with a metallic kind of roll down the back of your tongue, which gives you kind of ghostly, ethereal vibes. You start to kind of almost hear whispers, and you gather that the Whispering Cup has things that are to do with either divination or spirituality, or possibly even kind of like charming sort of stuff.
I turn to Sepha and I say, "Oh my. Well, if the old schnoz is correct, and I believe it is, honey, there's some spooky shit going down in there."
I feel like spooky shit is right our jam right now, is it not?
It's a mystery. We have to go solve it.
Let's get spooky, baby.
Let's not solve this one. Let's just go eat some food.
There could be food inside. I smelled something quite tantalizing.
Yeah, not everything's a mystery.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes it's a dinner.
Well, it
But
could be the
what's
mystery
for
meat.
dinner? Ooh, a mystery.
As you head on into the Whispering Cup, you step into a dimly lit tea room. The air is thick with a kind of a slightly incensey waft. As you step on in, the seating is all kind of traditional, almost Japanese, kind of on the floor, cushions, low tables. You see there are a number of hooded individuals kind of sipping tea and then sitting it down and looking into the cups and going, oh my goodness. As they're doing that, you would see on the chalkboard, it says, if you can guess our menu, you eat for free. As you look at that, you would see what appears to be a very tall, thin Gith Zerai, female Gith Zerai. She seems to have a huge kind of like wizard robe, almost, her hands kind of tucked into the sleeves there. As you step on in, she turns, she looks at you all, she says, welcome to the Whispering Cup. I could tell you are coming in. You wish to have a drink and some food, is that correct?
No.
Well, I apologize. Please leave at your earliest convenience.
I want food. No drink. Food.
But someone in your group wishes to drink, is that correct?
Who's gonna?
I knew it. That's where I got the vibes from. I must have crossed it. Please, this way. Gestures to a table there. Looks at you, Lysander, and says, if you can guess what is on our menu, you will eat for free.
The minute we walk into this place, can I give a general scan for any sort of thieves' cant?
Ooh, yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Say that again, sorry.
16.
16, excellent.
Yeah.
Looking around, you see no sign of thieves' cant on the walls or anything like that, but as you're sat at a table, on the very edge of the table, there's just a little etching in thieves' cant that simply says, friends here.
Well, I guess I'm paying because I don't know what you serve.
Oh, can I guess? I love a game.
Oh, yes, we all have to guess.
Of course, if you wish to guess, you may. If any of you guess, you eat for free.
Oh.
Beholder eye stalks.
That is one guess.
Moon fruit.
That is a second guess.
Dick.
Hey now.
Hey, speckled dick is a real dish, and it is
every
fluffy.
dick is beautiful, speckled or not.
Yeah, I only like speckle spots.
Oh, Lysander. You keep me young. Q?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna guess crawfish.
You always guess crawfish.
No, I guess gumbo sometimes, and gator. I've guessed gator before.
Gumbo, gator,
Oh,
and
gator
crawfish.
tastes like chicken, sort of, right?
Sort of. Can I guess based on what I smelled? Like, out of those smells you described for me, can I put together in my head what they could be serving?
Go ahead and give me a nature or survival check.
Yeehaw. Okay. No, I don't want to use that one because I just rolled a nat 20 on that one. That's not
Going to use the Milky Boys.
Okay. +4, which is not a lot, but it is better than nothing. 16.
16. There is a little bit of a sweet scent. You gather that there might be a fruit, but there is also a little bit of a on top of the teas that you smell. There is also a little bit of a salty scent. You gather crawfish might be close.
I would say then, is it roasted seafood fish with like a fruit glaze?
So, to recap, our guesses are roasted seafood fish with a fruit glaze, crawfish, moon fruit, beholder eye stalks, and dick.
Can I just take a quick look around and see if anyone else in the tea house is eating?
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. It's a 21.
Beautiful. With a 21, as you look around, you can see that trays are being brought out. The very first thing you see appears to be like roasted bass that seems to have a little bit of like a mango kind of compote on it. As that's being served up, you watch as the next dish coming out seems to be like a boiled crawfish.
Oh no.
Kind of
Oh, no,
crusted and built up there. You watch as dessert is being brought out, and this beautiful kind of half crescent kind of shape of a whitey kind of pale moon fruit that's being sat on the table there. You see a little tray that has a bunch of what look to be French fries stuck out of it, and you realize they got little eyeballs on the end of them as beholder stalks are being brought out. And you can see what looks to be what you first think is a small baguette, and you soon realize that it's some sort of animal phallus that is a delicacy here. And indeed, you managed to guess every item correctly.
Yeah, we did.
Please forgive the cat. She likes to step on the tables as well occasionally. She is completely sanitary. Meow. Looks like to be the same cat as the first lady's. And she says, "Fine, you eat free. You win."
Oh my, thank you. And I hand her a caramel and hand one out for Lysander as well.
She takes the caramel. She says, "Thank you. Can I get you tea to go with your free food?"
Ooh, what kind do you have, honey?
We have Dream Leaf Elixir that will give you lucid dreams
Oh,
for a protracted period of time. It gives you the ability to speak to an entity of your choice and gives you a long rest in the space of 10 minutes. We have nope, that's not the right one. We have the mirth root infusion, which can induce uncontrollable laughter for 10 minutes, but it then gives the drinker +2 to saving throws against charm effects for the next 24 hours. And finally, we have the grave moss brew, the ability to speak with dead for 1 hour per long rest. The alternative means of this is that you have the chance to turn ethereal for 1 minute.
Can we get any of these to go?
These must be drunk extraordinarily quickly. They must be drunk while they are fresh. I can try to put something together, but the chances of them working will deteriorate with every little moment or so.
shot.
But yes, you could take it in a to-go cup if you wish.
Margie definitely does have experience with these sort of things. I can tell that. The grave stuff sounds wonderful to me. I like talking to all sorts of people, living or dead.
I'll take a shot of contagious laughter.
Contagious laughter for you. Excellent. So the grave moss brew for you, the mirth root infusion for you.
Mirth root for me too. I
Mirth
love
root
laughing.
for you too. Laughing is one of the greatest things you can do. I am steadily turning once again into Werner Herzog.
I've been trying
This
to
is
think
happening
what that was.
too regularly. Laughter is the only thing that can shock off the inevitability of death. As life and chaos around you reigns, laughter is your only salvation.
So
And
you
yourself?
recommend the mirth root then?
Trying to push the mirth root real hard over there. I don't know. I don't trust it.
Would you like, perhaps the Dream Leaf Elixir is a better option for those of you that wish to commune?
I'm
So you,
with the
Diana.
grave stuff. That's
Exactly.
I'll take a bit of your dreaming tea. That sounds
Dreaming
lovely.
tea. And
Yeah.
yourself. Looks at you, Diana.
Fuck me up, fam. I'll take whatever.
You leave me with no choice. You're each poured a tea. As you're each poured a tea, those of you that took the mirth route, you start to giggle for 10 minutes, but you get +2 to saving throws against charm effects. I'll let you play with that. The Dream Leaf, you can cast Commune, and you get lucid dreams in a 10-minute period that will give you a long rest. Q, you now have the ability to speak and listen to dead for 1 hour once per long rest. Or you can become ethereal. It's up to you. And you, Diana, as you sip this tea, it has a peculiar kind of fizz to it, like carbonated tea. And as you drink it down, it starts to bubble and fizz, and you feel an effervescence kind of flow through you. You're not 100% sure what's happening now, and I'll tell you when something appropriate comes up.
Fuck it, we ball.
As you drink your tea,
Diana, you are glowing.
Wow, I didn't know that I slayed that hard, but thank you, Margie.
We did.
Would you like some beholder eye stalks to begin? Or would you like to go straight to the main course of either crawfish, roasted seafood fish with fruit glaze, or...
I just want a couple moon fruit. I don't eat
Okay,
meat.
moon fruit for you.
I've heard good things about the beholder eye stalks from your people. I would love to try those.
Beholder eye stalks for you.
Oh, that sounds good too. We could try appetizer, right?
I would love some stocks.
We can share. I'm happy to share my stalks with anyone.
Stalks for everyone.
I'll take some of that fruit fish you got there.
Fruit fish coming right up. And as they step away, you guys are served your drinks, your giggly drinks. You are served your food, and you are now sitting there in this darkly lit tea room. You gather secrecy is important. You can't quite hear anyone else's conversation, and you start to realize there's some sort of like almost cone of silence or muting that's around your table, and you have pure privacy. And I hand it over to you guys to see if there's anything you'd like to discuss before more things happen. Sorry, Lysander, go ahead.
No, good. As soon as like we drink and I start giggling, I'm going to like roll on the ground and right underneath the table. I know it's a low table, but I'm gonna like try and like scurry underneath it and like look for any more thieves' cant in the space.
Excellent. You roll under the table and look for thieves' cant there. What's everyone else doing?
I'm watching the Cepha to see if there's like a proper way to eat this eye stalk. I don't know where to. Is it a slurp thing? Do you slurp? I'm not sure. What do you do with it?
Cepha is just cackling madly. you just pick it up and you go for it like a corn on the cob.
Yeah, okay. The corn on the cob. Okay, and I'm just gonna like go right in, try and clean off a row, yeah.
As you bite it,
Lady Di cuts it into pieces like she's sawing it in half.
As you bite into the eye stalks, they every bite of it does something different. At one point, your mouth goes numb. The other point, your tongue kind of freezes up before you can kind of chew again. The next time you bite it, there is like a darkness, like a necrotic burn that comes over your mouth. It's an adventure every time you bite one of these eye stalks. And as you're chomping down on these eye stalks, Lysander, under the table there, you looking for this thieves' cant would look upside down, and you would see at the doorway what looks to be two large kind of flat feet stepping in, not as large as the hippopotamuses, as the hippopotami, the GIF, but as you step as someone steps on in, you would notice they have some sort of kind of almost reptilian kind of vibe to them from the feet up. As they step on in, the rest of you would notice stepping into the tea house what looks to be an enormous turtle who seems to have what looks to be two heads. As this tortoise steps in, you watch as the waitress or the waiter speaks up and says, "Brother Terran, it's wonderful to have you grace us with your presence." And we're going to go to an ad break.
Not this guy.
And we're back for charity. Our producer just, yeah, boy. A little behind the scenes stuff here. Our producer, Rugvalum, has unique ways of telling us we're back online, and that one took the cake. We are doing this all for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Currently working to provide food, medicine, clean water to help the people in Gaza through this ongoing crisis. That's what you're here to support as you watch us play through a real chill tea mystery. So those that can give, please give. We appreciate it. Thank you. As we come on back to this moment, Lysander under the table, spotting this turtle stepping in. As the turtle steps in, the rest of you would look across, imposing. You can see one of the heads has a set of like glasses on it. The other seems to have like a little bit of a scar down the lip of his beak there. And as he steps on in, he looks on up and he says, one of the heads, the head with the glasses, says, "Yeah, no problem there, Lisa. We're just coming in to grab a few ingredients. Friend of ours is just got in contact about needing something new for a brew." The other head turns across and says, "You better give us one smart or we're going to be pissy." And the other head says, "All right, no problem, no problem. Apologies for that." And Lycia, the Werner Herzog Gith goes, "Of course, I will get you whatever you need. Please, this way." And the turtle walks past your table. One of the heads glances down as the other one looks forward, and they just kind of move towards the back area of this tea den. Lysander, as you're looking under here, go ahead and roll another investigation check for Thieves' Cant.
Can do.
You would see that under the lip where you saw friends here, can get what you want. Ask Lissa.
Heard. And Lissa is the Gith. Yes.
Lissa is the Gith, yeah.
Heard. I'm gonna scurry my way out of the table and just kind of look at the turtle and go, "Man, that guy's a dick."
Indeed, darling. What are you doing down there?
Goofing.
Oh, you. Okay, look alive. We're trying to solve a mystery.
That's true. And I'm gonna tumble backwards out of the table and stand up. And I'm gonna walk over to Lissa.
As you walk over to Lissa, she kind of looks over the shoulder of the turtle and kind of pats him on the shoulder and says, "Is there something I can do for you?" And the turtle just kind of turns, and one of his heads, the slightly scarred head, kind of turns towards you there.
"Maybe. I heard you can give me what I need, friend." And I wink in a thieves' canty way.
Her eyebrows raise, and she has a little bit of a smirk, and she says, "Indeed, that is true. Whatever you need. I am working with a client right now." "Oh, it's no problem. Let the lead come over and join in." The second head turns and says,
I
as long as
immediately
he's-
get up and go over to him and take his arm.
Oh, you almost left me in the dust there.
As you step on over, the turtle kind of looks down at you, Margie, and across at you, Lysander. The bespectacled head says, "As long as we're all aware that what stays in the Whispering Cup stays in the Whispering Cup."
That's why I'm whispering.
Oh, me too, honey.
A couple of heads turn.
Grandma can't remember anything anyways.
My memory is fantastic.
Her
I
memory is
remember a
fantastic.
time there in Faerun. It's a long time ago,
And I just go on a tangent as I'm like walking forward into the back room with them.
He's gonna pat
Excellent.
Margie's hand. "Okay, Grandma."
Yeah, you step through a cloth, and as you step through a cloth, what are the rest of you doing at the table there?
How far back is that back room?
They walked about 30 feet to the back where the kind of the kitchenette would be, but again, it's a stone building, but everything's kind of separated by either like rice paper walls or kind of like cloth curtains, like black cloth curtains to keep the light out.
I'm gonna make sure I'm close enough and just sort of like rub my ear a little bit and talk, mutter under my breath, earwax. What are they thinking? And I'm essentially gonna cast detect thoughts.
Excellent. As you cast detect thoughts, there is a. What does it feel? What does it feel like? I think is the more important thing when you cast detect thoughts with earworm.
I mean, it's really creepy because it's like this friend that sort of like lives inside my head, inside my ear, and they just reach out and they don't reach out mentally, and it's sort of like a relay board, like an echo almost that we get the thoughts passed over to me. And I sort of got to ask it to redirect from one head to the other head to the other head back to the other head to try and get a combination of what they're both thinking.
Yeah, as you go between the two heads, the scarred head, the one with the kind of a little bit of a hair lip or hair beak, has this.
All right. 10 people in the room. 2 people coming up. 1 lady. 1 man. Keep an eye out. You're noticing all this, aren't you?
And it's almost like you're pulled across and you hear a reply in that head as the other head says,
Now, no need to be a worrywart there. We're here to grab some ingredients for our little friend and then we'll move on. All is well. No need to stress there. It's okay. We'll get what we need. We'll take them up to her and maybe curry favor.
As you're hearing this, Margie, Lysander, you're led in the back with this individual here. As you're led into the back there, yeah, I'm well aware that I'm blurry. This is the problem I've had with this dang webcam. Let me try and get the balance right. As you, that's a bit better. Nope, never mind. Anyway, I will clear up as we go. Trust me, this is better than full HD. As you head on into the back room, Lycia kind of stops and says, "What is it I can do for you?" And one of the heads, you would catch a glimpse. Are you going any further in, Q?
No, not gonna. I'm just gonna sit down, keep that at that level for now while they're I don't want to say doing their interrogation, but while they're having a conversation.
Excellent. As you listen into the mind, go ahead and butt on in if you want to know what's being said or what's going on. The turtle, brother Terran, looks at Lissa and says, "If you don't mind, we're going to get just a little bit of mudroot. If you're not busy making goblin knot, you could probably take some of that. Kind of a couple of your less readily available ingredients." Margie, straight away, ping, ping, ping. There are some of the things you listed on that list there. You, Q, get a flash of green in his mind there. As you get a flash of green in his mind there, you get a flash recognition or something from the other head. Like,
Well, I don't think we're alone here.
and the other head thinks back and says,
Of course we're not alone. We've got a lovely young man here with his granny.
Lissy is kind of sorting out these ingredients. As she's sorting out these ingredients, she looks towards you, Lysander, and says,
And what can I do for you while I'm here?
See, that's what I'm interested about. I'm really curious about what you can do for me, friend.
She kind of looks at Brother Terran. Brother Terran's two heads look at each other. The bespectacled one kind of looks down. The other one stares directly at you, Lysander. Lycia says,
That's not kind of how this works. You are better to come to me with something you wish to achieve, and I can help you achieve it, be it a state of mind for yourself, a state of mind to impose onto someone else, or perhaps even a glimpse into a future or someone's future.
Yeah, Sepha.
As this is all going down, has it been long enough that I am no longer laughing?
Yeah, at this point, Lysander, having stopped laughing, you would have stopped laughing too. Excuse me while I play with my camera. But yeah.
Okay, so where they went into the back space,
Yeah.
is it like they went behind a curtain and they've stopped right there? Or can I kind of see if they've walked away a little bit under the curtain and I can kind of stealthily sneak back there and hide
So
somewhere?
the curtain has closed. Other than that, you're not sure. You're welcome to get up and head over and take a look if you wish.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna saunter over with confidence and try and slip into the back curtain.
Excellent. You saunter off. You watch Q as Sepha steps out the way. Same Diana. And as Sepha steps out the way there, you head to the curtain. You can hear mumblings of the voices there. You see the kitchen open on the other side. And go ahead and make a stealth check for me, Sepha.
Meanwhile, I'm going to grab another one of them eye stalks and maybe some crawfish and
Mm-hmm.
The
I
17.
Mix them
like-
together.
Oh, okay, you're good.
What'd you get there, Sepha?
17.
17. Okay. 17. Okay. As you flip the the curtain aside, you can see Lysander and Margie and brother Terran, both brother Terran's heads are kind of facing away. Lycia facing you, but kind of busy, kind of speaking to Lysander. As you step on in, with that roll, you kind of slip in and maybe along to one of it's like kind of back area. It's got not a kitchen vibe, more of like a storeroom vibe. And as you slip around to one side there, UQ would hear one of the heads go, hang on. And the rest of you would watch Lysander, the one that's staring down at you, their eyes flicker to the door and just kind of turn away as the other head's facing the other way. Margie, Lysander, do you guys have a passive perception above what Sepha rolled?
17.
I have a 20.
Okay, you both notice Sepha slipping in there.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately make a little bit of a distraction so that they don't notice Sepha any more than they have. So I'm going to pull out my knitting needles. I'm gonna let go of Lysander, pull out my knitting needles, and immediately start finishing up something. And it's just like a long scarf. And I'm gonna go, oh, now that's too dang long. This is made for at least 2 heads. I couldn't possibly imagine holding on to all this wonderfully, lovingly made crocheted wool. Oh, you have 2 heads? Here. You should take this. And I insist. And I'm not touching them, but I am like fussing. I'm grandma hover fussing around them to make it to where it's very difficult to like see around me. Like my arms are everywhere as I try to give them the scarf.
So go ahead and give me a deception check. Lysander, Lycia is focused on you.
Let's see.
She says,
deception. Okay.
You tell me what you need and what you want, and I can hook you up. You know the account of the thief, so I know you're good for it.
Yeah. Looking around, I'm gonna kind of lean in, and just with a change in my voice, I'm going, I've come for something special. Yes. I've heard this round has immortality. I'm here to find it. What do you know?
At that point, Margie, you are kind of wrapping up the turtle. The more scarred kind of head is kind of fussing, going, just knock it off. The head with the spectacles kind of glances at you, Lysander, as you say that to Lycia. Sepha, you slip in unnoticed. As you slip in unnoticed, Lycia looks at you, Lysander, and says, her eyes dart to the tortoise, and she says, "That is a secret kept by Lady White," and glances at Terran. Again, Bernie Taupin. Anyway, looks at them and kind of the head of the bespectacled tortoise leans in and says, "No, that's a very curious thing to be asking about. You look fit and healthy. You're into that immortality stuff. Perhaps you and I can chat."
So I was speaking in Thieves' Cant. Does this confirm that they understand Cant?
Yes, you gather that they must have known Thieves' Cant to speak to the proprietor in this way.
Indeed. More friends. Fabulous. Right. I don't quite care about secrets. I care about tangibles. Do you know of a solution for my problem or not?
The Gith Sarai kind of steps back a little bit as the turtle leans in and says, "I got to tell you, I had a bit of a lead on this not too long ago. You and I should head out and chat, and perhaps you can help me with a bit of a pickle I've found myself in. I too was seeking immortality, and the Lady White was definitely someone to be spoken to about it."
Now, question. Were you seeking this for yourself, or were you also seeking it for him?
He grins and he says, "Oh, those sorts of secrets do more harm than good when they're hidden away. I was seeking it for the greater good of the entire town. The world, perhaps."
Yes. Friends indeed. I put my hand out. My name's Lysander. Pleasure to meet you.
Brother Terran, pleasure to meet you. As Margie's kind of finishes adorning them in this this scarf here, we cut out to Q and Diana sipping your tea.
Do I get any more interesting thoughts about the scarf being wrapped around him?
Frustration from one head, and then curiosity about what Lysander's asking. As soon as like immortality was mentioned, you get a flash of a river, woods, something white, and what looks to be a teapot whistling, like as it's whistling away. At this point, you two would hear the door open again. And stepping in, you see the familiar figure of Little Green. She steps in. She's kind of looking around. She notices the two of you. She goes, "Oh, it's your shit," and just kind of shuts the door.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna, finish up eating like the last crawfish or whatever, and then look over to Diana. You done with that, Dick?
You're muted, Diana, I think.
I'm good with Dick.
I'm glad we unmuted.
If there's tea, she's finishing it. She's like mind sweeping all the leftover drugs.
Oh yeah, whoop. Yeah, beautiful. We cut back into Cepha. Is anything you're doing in this room as Margie kind of finishes up the distraction and Lysander's locked in with Brother Terran?
I was hoping to hide and then listen in on the conversation that the Gith and Brother Terran were going to have. But it seems like Lysander has kind of hooked some sort of deal there. So I'm just going to stay where I am for the moment and wait.
Yeah. As this is happening, I'm going to like have a hand behind my back. I'm just going to be signing fucking characters to Cepha and say, "Stay locked in."
Can Lysander see me?
Yeah,
Lysander, you saw Cepha come in. Give me a sleight of hand to hide your kind of thieves can't your kind of brief signing that Cepha would understand, but try to keep it out. Beautiful, excellent. You're kind of signing behind your back. The head that you're engaging with, Margie, kind of looks at the other one and says, "I don't like this. I got a funny feeling, and I don't think we can trust." And the left hand I don't think we can trust them. The right hand comes up and says, "Right, easy, all right, easy. It's okay. We're with friends here, kooky friends, but with friends. Are you sure? Because I've got a funny feeling about that one and that one."
I'll just interject and say, honestly, you can't really trust anybody. That's a good rule of thumb. I learned it from my grandma. And I point out
Oh,
that
hello, honeys. I
don't know what I
have for you the best treat. Whenever I'm feeling distrustful, I just pop one of these and I give them both a caramel, and I also hand one to Lysander. And it gets my sweet tooth activated. You get a little something sweet on the palate, and then you're feeling right as rain.
This one tastes like butterscotch.
Okay, well, I didn't think I had that flavor.
I've got a client, a friend of mine to meet up with as soon as possible. Yeah, we really should be going. All right, I've got it. I've got it. Come find me round the corner if you're looking for me. I'll be a little bit, but if you make your way over to Brew of Wonders, you and I can have a chat. Come alone or with your grandmother.
Okie
Uh,
dokie.
the,
I
the less
love
the
fish.
merrier.
Oh, I've been invited. Oh, kind of not invited. Okay.
I'll be watching you, and I'll be watching in a nicer way.
So the two heads kind of turn and make their way out with a satchel.
I look to
Cute.
Diana and go, heads up.
As the curtain parts, you watch as the turtle steps on out, doof, 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 past your table. Again, the scarred head kind of looks down at you all, eyes narrow with you there, Q, eyes narrow with you there, Diana, and steps out, opens the door. As he opens the door, you hear him go, little green. Fancy seeing you here. And the door shuts.
Whoa, what a dick.
I mean, we do our best. Yes, we have quite amazing Dick here.
I like that other one, though. That guy, not so much.
Brother Terran, he is both good and bad to deal with. Get him on a good day, fantastic. If you get him on a bad day, it is all downhill. So perhaps I can help you with what you need and send you on your way.
Absolutely. I need someone to help me not be so cash poor right now. No offenses.
I can hook you up with somebody. There is an individual that works alongside with Brother Terran in his tea business, of course. This would be, where are we? Thaddeus Nightshade. He and Brother Terran go in halvesies with the Brew of Wonders, but Brother Terran is the main man behind it.
Well, I think that'll do. If you need anything, we are friends after all. Let us know.
Of course. If you have
And
anything.
I'm your grandma now.
Always.
Well, I'm sure my grandmother would disagree, but you can be a grandmother by proxy.
Oh, proxy. I do love French.
Indeed. Well, bon voyage.
Okay, bye-bye, honey.
And
I
she's
walk
gonna just
out.
flitter right out. Yeah.
As you flitter right out, you watch Sepha as Lissa just kind of leans there, kind of watches the two of them go, shakes her head, and says, "This town is going to the dogs," and kind of steps on out. As she steps on out, you're alone there, Sepha. Q, Diana, Lysander, and Margie step on out. Anything you'd like to do, Sepha?
Yeah, I'll just make I'm like, well, since I'm alone, I'll do a quick check for any valuables, potions, brews, money, before I slip back out into the main room.
Make a real quick investigation check while you're in there.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a nat one.
Nat 1. Excellent.
Oh,
Do
You
you
find...
have reliable talents? Because that could help.
No, I don't think so.
Because I've been rolling shit all night.
As you hunt on through, you do find what looks to be a dried kind of stalk, like an eye stalk, a dried eye stalk that kind of has almost a jerky like quality to it. That's like the only really interesting thing you find. Has a delicious kind of scent to it, almost like a dried, like crisp version of the eye stalk.
I shrug and put it into my bag and then slip out into the main room.
Excellent. You can add shriveled dick to your inventory. As you step on out into the room there, I hand it back to you guys.
On that
Right.
note, I hand it back to y'all.
How do I add shriveled dick into D&D Beyond?
I'll sort it out after the game. Don't worry. It'll come in handy.
Just like the rest of us do.
Well, that was sure interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like good turt, bad turt.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down next to Q, and having known him for a bit, just go. Did you get anything?
Oh, I got the rest of the dick because Diana didn't want it.
You know what I mean, Q.
Yeah, they was thinking about all sorts of stuff. I got like river, woods, something white, and got there just a whole bunch of nonsense at the moment. You know how these things work. We gotta sort it through, and then it'll sort of piece together in where it belongs.
Fabulous. That's why I
What
like
we
you, Q.
need is a good night's rest. That will get everybody back on their feet. Well, at least me. These bones of mine, I'm coming up on probably 1,000. And I like to take at least one rest in the middle of the day.
Come on, Mima. You know you're not 1,000.
Okay, well, you're just ruining my fun now.
Lycia steps across and says, "If it is a nap you're needing, we do have a special room for warlocks. They seem to consistently ask, is there somewhere I can take a short rest? We have a special section for that."
Oh, we love the accommodation. That's so cool of you to offer that. However, I can keep going.
I mean, friends and family discount.
Looks at you and kind of does the sting, the Paul Newman, the sting, the kind of the brush of the nose. That I guess now means something different, but I'd still like to think it's Paul Newman.
Oh,
being
you have
cool.
Coke? What?
Yeah. No, that's not what I meant. But like a thieves a cant kind of gesture, and says to you, "We can sort some sort of home base of operations here if that's what you need. I would kindly ask that you respect our business and also our clientele. I did see you being as thick as thieves with Brother Terran. I don't know why the name's now escaping me when I've been saying it my whole life. Please be respectful. He is a valued customer, and I would value his continued support here."
Right. I'll just do a couple subtle hand flashes that essentially translate to none will be touched in these walls.
Excellent. Continental agreement.
Mm.
Okay.
But Margie, you need the nap. Is that what you're saying?
I personally, need to. You can't just rev the engine all the time. Sometimes you gotta put the car in park.
Right.
Yeah, she wants to nap very badly. She's got this tea that she had drank, so she doesn't have it, but she drank this tea. Is there any physical sensations that make her think it's kicking in?
The Dreamleaf Alexa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you've already drunk that, you would have started to feel like a lifting, like your brain's kind of floating in your head and it's kind of bumping against the top of your skull. You would start to pick up the odd kind of strand of beautiful lyre music. And whatever deity you're kind of closer to, you start to feel like the glow, if it were the Morning Lord, that the light would glow a little brighter. If it were the Raven Queen, you would start to kind of hear, ah, ah, and you would start to see like people's black clothes start to look like feathers. You're not tripping, but you're starting to get close to like a lucid dream state. And you gather you could just tip into that at any moment.
Okay. Immediately as she's feeling that like lifting brain sensation, her wings just kind of like take her just straight up. And she like gently bonks her head on the
Oh,
ceiling of the
no,
whispering
no.
cups. And I'm now like a balloon, like Sander holding me.
Oh my God.
And I'm just gonna point toward the stairs, like toward the rooms,
Yeah.
and go,
Yeah.
that's where we need to go to solve the mystery.
Okay. God, you're lucky. You're adorable.
Is there an attic? We needed to go to an attic.
Oh, where all the problems are.
Mm-hmm.
You got
You
it,
head up.
Grammy.
You head up the stairs. As you head up the stairs, you get led into like a loft area over the top of this that is separated by curtain and what looks to be kind of almost like packed, pulled like cotton or something, compressed together, giving a little bit of soundproofing here. And as you're led up, there's a corridor with what look to be 6 rooms, 3 either side. You can see that one of the rooms is occupado, whereas the other ones are free. Alicia kind of gestures to the occupied room and says, "That one is taken, but you may choose any number of other rooms. We will charge you at the end of your stay."
Oh, it'll be quick. I just need a nice little zip zap zop is what I call them.
A room by the hour. That's right, the Warlock special. Of course.
Nah, just make it a normal room. She's gonna go out like a light. Watch.
Oh, make it comfortable, or I'll complain all the rest of the day.
Oh, she will.
I wish people were more upfront about that. I mean, I should assume people would complain, but you'd be surprised how many times we make the rooms shit until someone says, "Please make it comfortable." So give me a second. Steps on in.
Who wants to do like a sleepover sitch? Because like elves don't need to
Oh,
sleep. I just need like 4
honey.
hours to lay down like this, and then I'll be okay. So like,
That'd be perfect.
It would be nice if I had some time to sort through some things.
Yeah, you're led into this room. It has a king bed. It also has a little like couch to the side, couch to the side. You can see that there is the cuck couch, but also the traditional cuck chair there that is in every hotel room. The table, the little stone block that seems to have a blue sigil glowing, like a little mini fridge there, and a little ensuite kind of bathroom area there. As you step on in, Alicia kind of says to you, "Well, please enjoy your stay. Come down anytime you need. The tea festival it will be running for the next day or so."
Before she even finishes, Lysander's like full belly flopping onto the bed and like scurrying under the covers.
All right. Enjoy your stay. And she kind of steps out and leaves you guys alone there.
I'm gonna peek out from under the cover and say, "Safa, come see what I got."
Diana doffs all of her armor and it clangs the ground like clang, 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 clang. And then like she's in her chill underclothes and which are just like an underlayer under her armor. It's not like underwear. It's like a nice little like loungewear moment. And then she goes to the cup chair and she just goes like this and she starts to meditate.
Okay.
Amazing. Yeah, I think as soon as the door closes and everyone starts to like get ready for rest, Margie immediately is like, I think she bought it.
Oh.
Now the real job begins. And she takes out her massive tome, opens it up. She's gonna lay down on the pillow. She's a fairy. She's very small.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she's gonna lay down on the pillow like a full bed, and just plump down in it, and lay her tome next to the pillow and have her hand out with like a large quill pen, and she's gonna go, now I'm gonna tell you a secret. Oh, Marge,
is an auto writer, and that's how I solve my mistress. All I have to do is go to sleep, and all you have to do is make sure this pen doesn't fling out of my hands, because I do try to fling it often.
Ah,
When I wake up, the answers to the mystery will be right here in these pages. Ain't that a wonder?
Has that worked before?
Well, I have written words down in my sleep. Yes, indeed.
That's what I thought.
But something about this tea, I really think it's gonna work this time.
you know what else is a wonder?
What?
I just like pull a deck of cards out from a pouch. Be like, I found something fun.
Ooh, I do love cards.
Yeah,
Diana
I'm just
wakes up
gonna.
from meditating. She goes, "If you fuck this up for me and like something starts to attack us, I'm gonna be so mad."
I'm just gonna draw straight 3 cards off the top of the deck.
Okay, we're gonna do that in a moment. We'll probably end with that, but we will start with Margie as you go into your you drop into a slumber. So you drop into a slumber. It's like you've fallen back into water. Stream moving, and you as you awaken and come back up from the stream, you feel your body long and sleek. As you pop up from the stream, you glance up and you see a fair-skinned man with almost like a mushroom kind of bowl cut vibe. You can see he's got a simple brown vest on, slacks. He is looking down. As he's looking down, he gasps and kind of darts away. As he darts away, you see him return with a net, scooping you up and dumping you onto the ground there. You see he lifts up what looks to be a hatchet and lifts it above his head. As he does, you see a man who has almost like black and white salt and pepper hair. He has stubble. He looks to be in his 60s, but like good 60s. As he kind of Silver Fox, as George Clooney leans in, he puts a hand on the guy's hatchet and kind of pulls it from his hand and kind of gestures like, "Why? How dare you?" Slither away back into the water and pop your head up and watch that Silver Fox kind of chastising the man there. Your heart beats as you look at this Silver Fox man, and you're not sure what it is, but you come back on land. And as you come back on land, there is a flash, and you find yourself looking upon this salt and pepper man at a table, drinking tea together, laughing together, drinking, clinking. A flash, and you're in a cottage together, a wooden cottage together. As you sit in the wooden cottage together, you would see that the salt and pepper man gets up and goes to the door and opens the door, and there's a 2-headed turtle there. There is a flash, and you are standing with what looks to be a little garden snake, a verdant kind of emerald garden snake that seems to be injured. And as you kind of pick it up, you mutter something, and there's a flash of light. And there is a moment where there is a flash, and you zip through time and space to a point where you are beside your apprentice, Little Green, and kind of teaching them the ways of the tea, the brewing. A question is asked about immortality, and you turn away from them. As you turn away from them, you're not sure where they got the idea to ask about this, but it certainly doesn't seem to have come from them naturally. You turn away and you flash back to this tea with the salt and pepper fox, and you would see the door open once again, and it's Little Green standing there in shadow. The door swings shut and opens again, and it's the turtle there, and the door continues to like open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. You look across, and the turtle's across from you. You look back to the door, salt and pepper sexy man's there. These characters seem to swap positions over and over until you scream, a flash of white, and you are moving with incredible speed through the forest as you are being chased by someone. As that vision comes to you, you feel your mind starting to reel, and these white lights start to burn into your sight and your skull, and a little bit of drool starts to come out your mouth. Margie, what are you doing? What's running through your head? What's happening at this moment?
I think at first Margie thinks that she is in a rom-com, and then it becomes very quickly apparent that that is not the case. And I think that she is trying to take in all of the symbolisms, and she's writing as fast as she can. She goes, green snake, white flash, just writing everything she can, even the flashes between. It's like someone trying to write down a script, like silver fox turns startled, as like everything she sees, trying to write it down to help her friends, because I think she knows she's losing her grip a little bit on being able to snap out of it like she would usually be able to do. And so she's concentrating. I think she's piecing together things that she doesn't want to write. So I think her feelings are telling her what's going on here, but because she is trying to solve a mystery and the facts are important, she's only trying to write down what she is positively seeing, not what she is feeling is going on.
Right, an impartial,
yeah,
an objective view. Yeah,
a good detective, honey. So she tries to do that as best as she can, not knowing if it's working from the outside. But I think she gets a little hungry for that knowledge and is like, this is how I solve the mystery. So she's running from like vision split to vision split, going deeper and deeper. And then when she feels that fear of being chased, it's kind of like she loses herself in it and is just scared and running. It kind of turns nightmarish for her. So yeah, I think that's where she's at.
Yeah, and no real way or no way knowing how to get back as you just run away further and further and further. On the outside, you are scribbling. Lysander, you pick 3 cards. Go ahead and tell me what cards you pick.
Okay, so the first one is my 6 of spades, which would be deck of wonder, the mischief card.
Excellent.
Yeah, my second would be the 2 of hearts, which would be the, where's it at? Coin card. And then the next is Ace of Diamonds, which is the Chancellor card.
Excellent. As you pull these cards, the second one you pull next to the pile of jewelry you already have, it explodes into jewelry and gems. The card disappears, and as they kind of dump all over the bed there, you're kind of like, oh, shit. As these jewelry kind of burst out from it. At the same time, you pull the first card, the mischief card. It starts to glow and grow, and as it glows and grows, it starts to form some sort of odd shape here. I will tell you what that is in privately, and as a wondrous item grows in front of you there. Or you can choose 2 extra cards, but we can talk about the wondrous item for
I'll probably go for that first.
Yeah. And then finally, that last card, there is a flash as you pull that last card. And as you pull that last card, let me double check something. Beautiful. 5e. Yeah. Beautiful. As you pull that last card, you start to watch as Margie's kind of pen and writing starts to kind of become erratic. And as that writing starts to become erratic, you would notice that the pen itself is kind of cracking into little pieces. And as those pieces start to kind of drop, they start to drop all over as she crushes the pen in her hand. It starts to drop all over the paper there, and the bits and pieces of the pen drop almost like bones or sticks or tokens. And you gather that they have some sort of input there as you know what Margie is all about. And as that happens, Margie, you continue to run and run. And as you guys watch Margie running and running, writing and writing, running in her head, we need to go ahead and leave our session there.
Fabulous.
Oh no!
So look at Sepha and be like, "You want to pull some?"
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll hand it over to Chuckles to sign us off.
Well, that there is one way to end the show. I'll tell you, we got running stuff and wonder stuff. Oh well, but yes. Thank you all for tuning in, for hanging out with us, for listening to us ramble, for being in and out of focus. Whatever we ended up doing tonight, in particular, I want to thank everyone that was so gracious and donated to the charity. Thank you so much. Everybody that joined our Discord, thank you. We will enjoy talking with you and chatting with you as it goes along. Want to thank Violet for doing an excellent job in the chat. Thank you so much for doing that. And of course, Rook for making most of us look acceptable, where you could. You did what you could. And with that, I want to give everyone a chance to once again say who they are. And we will start with Chris. Tell the folks where we can find you.
That's me. Lysander's who I played. Chris Sander is who I am. Mandragora Media is all of my plugs everywhere. If you find me on Instagram, you'll see a bunch of cosplay photography. But if you find me elsewhere, you won't find anything. I don't post anything anywhere else. I like Instagram. But yeah, oftentimes you can find me behind the camera, not in front of it.
For sure. Elle, what you got going on?
So I'm mostly not on social media, but my handle is l.lilac on most platforms, or lilac on some. I'm a Ren Fair actor and very busy right now. So I don't have a lot going on like the digital side of things, but I love D&D and thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Jacob.
Let's do that. There we go. I'm Jacob. You can find me at Theater of the Mind Flayer podcast. You can find me here. You can find me at Jacob Ryan Mation on socials. But basically, I play a lot of D&D. I do bits and pieces of acting and some voice stuff. So you will run into each other at some point.
Great. Meadow.
Howdy, I'm Meadow. I've been Meadow and hopefully will continue to be Meadow in the future. I've been playing Margie Specklespot, the fairy grandma on a mission to solve a mystery. It was very, very fun. You can find me everywhere in the whole world all at once at Howdy Love Darlin. There is no G at the end because I am Southern as hell. And I can't wait to connect with you on all different platforms across the interwebs.
Yay. Zoe.
Hi, I'm Zoe. You can find me at Zoe_Monroe, spelt with a U, not an O, because it's Aurora Monroe's last name. I'm mostly just here on Twitch full time doing Twitch stuff, and here on normally one Monday a month. If I'm lucky, I get two. Yeah, that's what I do. That's me.
Yay. I am Chuckles. You can find me here. You can find me at a lot of conventions like DreamHack Atlanta coming up. You can find me in all sorts of cosplay and doing amazing stuff on all of our socials. If you follow, we will have more good stuff, including giveaways, as was earlier mentioned. Hop on over to the Discord, where normally after a show like this, we would be posting an epilogue, but since this is a to be continued, tune in next week sort of scenario, we still want you to hop over to the Discord because we will be posting, and only you guys are going to know this. We're going to be posting some behind the scenes of one of the most amazing live studio shoots that we did telling an adventure like this. And we have a sort of first look from the behind the scenes footage that was captured by one Chris Sander during our shoot. and it's really good. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. It'll be a little sneak tease that will be posted on our Discord this week. So please hop on over there, hang out with us over there. And in the meantime, tell the people that you care about that you love them. And thank you for tuning in. And remember, hit points are not required to help out a good cause.
This is true. Love y'all.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Bye.